This is the morning weather briefing. This is for Thursday, the 4th of January. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather nice and quiet today with a good supply of sunshine, but a very active pattern coming up with multiple rain-producing systems. We have one coming in here tomorrow night, another big one early next week, and along the way there could be a few strong to severe storms, especially for the southern counties of the state. Let's talk about all of this. This is the current upper air look, and we have the trough that brought the light rain to the state yesterday, moving away from us, and the next one digging down through the southwest. You can see that big trough coming through Arizona and Utah, and that brings our next chance of rain in here mainly tomorrow night. Here's a look at the radar composite across the country. Of course, we're dry here, and we note some precipitation over New Mexico. They'll see some snow in the mountains there today. We are below freezing over about the northern two-thirds of Alabama this morning. 20s for places like Birmingham and Cullman. The cold spot there is Haleyville. They've got 23. Montgomery at 31. Mid-30s for Mobile and Dothan. Highs mostly in the low and mid-50s across Alabama today. So here's the watch warning map. And we've got winter storm warnings in effect for the mountains of New Mexico. Winter weather advisories for parts of Kansas, Nebraska, the Texas Panhandle. A lot of fog issues this morning from Texas north. We don't expect any severe storms today or tonight. There could be some thunderstorms across parts of Texas and New Mexico. And then tomorrow and tomorrow night, there is a marginal risk of severe storms along the Gulf Coast. And you can see for Alabama, this is basically for the southern two-thirds of Mobile and Baldwin counties, and that's it. The marginal risk includes the Florida Panhandle, the coast of Mississippi, and southeast Louisiana. The main concern tomorrow night, strong gusty winds along the Gulf Coast. Could there be a brief tornado or waterspout? Yes, but not especially likely. Then we go to day 3, which is Saturday. We have a marginal risk of severe storms for parts of the Florida Peninsula and extreme South Georgia. So let's go to day 5. This is for Monday and Monday night. We have a risk of severe storms defined from southeastern Texas into South Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. And again, keep in mind this outlook runs through 6 a.m. Tuesday. And the main concern would be Monday night, that risk of severe storms in Alabama, generally south of a line from near Thomasville to Chapman down to Ozark. The area is there in yellow. And we'll take a look at modeling on this in just a second. And then after 6 a.m. Tuesday, a risk of severe storms for the southeastern corner of the state, down around Dothan. There's a look at that larger severe weather risk on Tuesday of next week. And again, we'll go through this in modeling in just a moment. Hey, a lot of rain here. We'll take it. We'll get the new drought monitor here shortly. It's released today. But obviously, most of the state's still in drought conditions, and this is sure going to put a dent in the drought. Rain for the next 7 days for most of Alabama between 2 and 4 inches, maybe a little more than that for the extreme south and southeast counties of the state. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06E run, valid today at 4. Trough moving off the Atlantic coast, new trough digging down through New Mexico and West Texas. And, of course, since we're in between all of that, it's going to be a nice day. Sunny with highs today between 50 and 55 in most spots. So this is tomorrow. Here comes the next wave. Rain west of the state, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. And then tomorrow night at midnight, we have a surface low that is near Destin. And obviously, that's going to be a big rain event for the state. We'll look at the instability, and this is valid at midnight tomorrow night, and there's just not much, even on the Gulf Coast. So kind of a low-end marginal risk for the Gulf Coast, but for Alabama, just good old-fashioned rain, a good soaker tomorrow night. And then by Saturday afternoon, it's all gone. And again, it looks like at the moment for most of Alabama, the main window for rain with this feature about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening until 6 a.m. Saturday. Then the sky becomes partially sunny during the day Saturday, and highs should be in the 50s. Sunday should be a nice day, partly to mostly sunny, highs in the 50s. And then on Monday, here comes our next feature. And this one will be a pretty dynamic system. The model's trending a little slower with this. Let's go to Tuesday, and this is going to be Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. A very deep surface low, a little north of Memphis. And for Alabama, that's going to be very windy and very wet. And again, for the snow fans, it could be a decent snow event from Tulsa up to St. Louis, Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit, Columbus, Ohio. But in terms of the severe weather threat for Alabama, this is the instability Tuesday morning. And you can see there is some over the southern half of the state. And again, that's the reason that SPC has defined that risk of severe storms. And again, this is Monday night into early Tuesday morning. And again, we'll adjust the timing as we get closer, but clearly it's going to be a very windy, wet situation for Alabama Monday night into Tuesday. Then Wednesday, it's all blown by. A little colder, highs in the upper 40s, low 50s, but again, no bitterly cold Arctic air involved here. And a week from today, Thursday, the 11th of January, troughing back in the western states, and we are still dry. So once we get that Monday night, Tuesday system out of here, at this point, the rest of the week looking dry. Let's go out 10 days. This is Saturday, January 13th. Big trough in the western states. And if this is right, we would be wet. And that's when rain would likely return. But again, a word of caution here in this very fast, active pattern. Getting the timing down of these specific waves 10 days in advance, that's tough. But at the moment, it looks like that Saturday, the 13th, could be a fairly wet day for the state. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. The mean, that green line, between 3 and 4 inches between now and the 19th of January. And again, still no sign of any just bitterly cold Arctic air. Sure, it's been cold, but I mean the cross-polar type cold. Again, highs mostly in the 50s, lows mostly in the 30s through Sunday the 14th. And the latest 8 to 14-day guidance in the House, January 11th through the 17th. Temperatures would be close to average here if this works out. I love Mount Cheaha State Park yesterday afternoon. If you look really carefully, I mean, you got to really look here, but they had a few snowflakes. And that was about it for Alabama in terms of wintry precipitation. And again, you know, all the phone apps were going off. It's going to snow at your house in 12 minutes. And, of course, that's nonsense. We did have a few spots getting some grauple. It looks like Dippin' Dots. And this is not sleet. This is not snow. This is grauple. And basically what this is, it's a snowflake covered in rime ice. And we see that type of precipitation from time to time. But, again, Graupel, grauple. And we had a couple of spots with the ice pellets and, again, the snowflakes. But obviously, it was not a big day yesterday for precipitation. The rain was very light. But after the clouds moved out, we saw a nice sunset on the western side of the state yesterday. Ooh, check the colors out there. That was up at Wheeler Lake on the Tennessee River. Just absolutely gorgeous after kind of a cloudy, cold, and raw type day. So today I'll be up in Athens in Limestone County at Julian Newman Hart Academy, an elementary school there. And then after that, Good Hope Elementary in Cullman County. And then tomorrow I will be at Advent Episcopal School in downtown Birmingham. And then at Cahaba Elementary in Trussville, getting into that two-a-day season. And again, no book event, no public event on Saturday. We will be in Selma a week from Saturday for an event there to commemorate the one-year anniversary of that horrible tornado that came through town a year ago. And we'll have much more on that next week. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.